We've had our house on the market 4 months. I thought for sure it would have sold by now.
You're definitely not the average suburban couple, and your house reflects that. The brightest drapes I have ever seen. Only you guys could paint a banister rail black. So we've got to use every weapon in our arsenal to get this house sold. Selling your house isn't something you do every day, so if things aren't going to plan, it can be difficult to know what to do. But if it's in your power to make improvements to your home, then do it. Because in today's erratic market, you won't get a second chance to make that first impression. And you can't just take it for granted that your house is going to sell like that. Adam and Christina are a young couple with 2 kids. They live in this spacious 3-bedroom back split that's on the market for $269,000. It's in a suburb about 45 minutes out of the city. The couple want to move closer to their family, so they put their house on the market, but it's not selling, and time is running out.
We've had our house on the market, I would say it's probably been about 4 months. I thought for sure it would have sold by now. Our style for our decor, I guess, would be ultra-modern. So I'm thinking that maybe it might be just decorated too modern for them and they can't see past that.
Well, we want to sell the house now because of the children, getting closer to family.
Right now, we travel back and forth just to visit, and it's like a 3-hour drive, so it's really hard on the kids. Michaela, she's already 3. And she will be starting school next year. Just kind of want to get it over with and start our next chapter in our life.
Adam and Christina's house is in a sought-after suburban community, close to amenities and in one of Canada's fastest-growing cities. The property has a huge backyard and all the toys for kids and adults. And with a price tag of $269,000, someone should have snapped it up. But that's why we're here, to turn this house from unsellable to sellable. Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
This is the living room.
It is very rock and roll. Looks a bit like the back room of a recording studio. I like the open plan, but you've still got some dividing walls, which I think is nice. The colour choice is quite stark.
This is more our style and not other people's.
Yeah.
I do love your sofa, though.
Oh, thank
yeah.
you.
Thanks.
We love it too.
You've done a fantastic job here because it's clean and decluttered, which is brilliant when you're trying to sell your house. So through here's the kitchen.
Yes, it is.
First thing, straight off the bat, not enough prep space. Potential buyers most likely to be families, and they'll need more prep space.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
My second thought is it's all a bit haphazard.
Yeah, these are our CD cabinets. We didn't have enough space, so we took our CDs out and threw in food.
CDs for cereal.
Yeah, exactly.
Genius. I'm loving the fact it's clean, it's tidy, and it's decluttered. Because having a clean kitchen is one of the most important things when you're trying to sell your house.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And it leads straight onto the dining room.
Yeah.
Nice sized dining room.
Thanks.
The brightest drapes I have ever seen in my entire life.
It ties the red in.
You have matched all the colours.
Yeah.
They're just not necessarily what you'd expect to see in a kind of suburban house. Only you guys could paint a banister rail black.
I painted that because it was quite brown before and it didn't go with the theme we have going on in the house.
Now, tell me about this, because it looks a bit like a banister rail.
It was my cheap solution at the time.
I think we can do a bit better. Should we go to the master bedroom?
So this is our bedroom.
It's not a bad size. You'd think people would be able to see past a black bed, black chest of drawers, black mirror.
Yeah.
But the fact is, I think it really influences people's decisions on a house. Now, I want to show you something outside.
Okay.
You said you bought this house 4 years ago and it was really, really 70s.
Yeah.
Well, the outside's still pretty 70s.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Now, curb appeal's always important, but I think at the moment it's really important because the market is softening. So we've got to use every weapon in our arsenal to really get this house sold. I want to have a bit of a chat now and discuss some of the things we've mentioned in the house.
Okay.
Okay. This house has been on the market for 3 months, and I think it's because the interior is totally at odds with potential buyers' expectations. It's bold, but it's also incredibly stark. We are in the suburbs, and people are looking for a much more muted, grown-up palette. So it's time to read the riot act. Your house has so much going for it. But I think the decor is so out of sync with what people are expecting that they get a bit of a shock when they first walk through the door. Neutral, warm colour tones are good.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that just allows people to be able to see their own possessions in the house. The kitchen is not a bad size, but I'd say it's lacking in prep space, and that's very important to potential buyers, especially in a family home. Spending a bit of money on the kitchen is definitely worthwhile. Moving on to the bedroom, if we can just make the colour choice slightly less bold.
Okay.
The house is a bit dated on the outside. A slightly modern, fresher look is not going to do any harm, and if it entices people in, that's good. You're definitely not the average suburban couple in this area, and your house reflects that. But just for the process of moving on and selling, I think we should make it less urban and more suburban.
Okay.
Are you up for that?
I'm sure with your help we'll be able to get through this.
Yeah, absolutely, and it will get your house sold. Christina and Adam are an urban couple who live in the suburbs. Their house is on the market, but having no luck selling. So I'm going to meet their agent, John, to find out why. Now, this house had 24 viewings at 8 open houses. Why do you think people have not been making offers on this house?
In order to sell a house and to open it up to the masses, you need neutral colours.
Right, because suburban buyers want to move into a house that already has the look they want, so they don't have to spend money to do it themselves.
For the most part, people, they're putting all the money down that they've got to secure the house. They don't have a lot of money to spend immediately after they move in. And there's a lot of choices in today's market as well.
I think in a market like this, where there is a lot of competition and there are a lot of similar houses in the neighbourhood, buyers have more choice, so you've got to make sure your house is the best thing they see.
You're absolutely right. You got to be the best deal in town.
I always think price, condition, location. So the price is right, we'll get the condition right, and the location is right.
Location is excellent here.
So we're on to a winner, John.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Often when selling a house in the suburbs, the competition is fierce because there's a lot of houses with similar footprints. I'm going to go and show Christina and Adam a comparable house in the neighbourhood so they know what it takes to keep up with the Joneses. Here we have the kitchen. Now, the interesting thing about this kitchen is it's not brand new. But what is appealing about this kitchen to potential buyers is there's a lot of prep space, a lot of storage space, and an eating area. And we can't make your kitchen any bigger, but what we can do is make the most of the usable space. Okay. This is obviously not your style.
No, definitely not.
It's a lot more traditional than your house. And I think this is a look that, in this area, it's slightly more suburban. It's what a lot of people like. With your home, which very clearly has a different look to it, it's boxed into a niche market. And if you want to get it sold, you can't have that. You need traditional.
Well, we're willing to compromise a bit.
That's what I like to hear. Here we have a nice family-orientated sitting room. It's very warm and inviting. You've got the taupes, the oatmeals, the beiges, and more importantly, it could not possibly offend anyone.
No, it's very generic.
And that is what I'd like to see in your house.
Okay.
A look that's just more in keeping with the neighbourhood. Now let's go and have a look down here. This bedroom furniture is very traditional and it matches the tone in the rest of the house. Your bedroom doesn't quite feel like a master suite. I mean, if you were selling a downtown condo, you'd be in great shape, but we're in the suburbs. So we're looking for a brighter, more appealing master bedroom. What are your thoughts on the house?
Very neutral, very generic.
Now, I know this house is appealing to potential buyers because it's sold for just under the asking price in 35 days.
Wow.
Now, I know 35 days doesn't sound lightning quick, but in this market now, things have evened out a bit, so houses are taking slightly longer time to sell. So 35 days is actually pretty good. Once we've made changes to your house, that should be a similar story for yourselves.
Sounds good.
Well, let's get to it then.
Okay.
To help us get to it quickly, I've called in some help from general contractor Anthony Sayers. Christina, Adam, I'd like you to meet Anthony. He is head of construction and he will walk you through the changes we're going to make in your house.
Okay, sounds good.
Walking around the front of the house, I noticed the paint, it looks a little tired.
Yeah.
So we'll address that by giving the wood a light sand and then painting it out a nice neutral color. That'll freshen it up a little bit. Maybe add some patio furniture out in the front, just make it more inviting.
Curb appeal is incredibly important.
Coming into the house,
Okay.
the paint color, we just need to soften the gray and just make it a little bit more suburban friendly.
Okay.
Also, these pillars that are here, we'll address it by just simply boxing with just some MDF, just making it a square pillar.
Because we think they look old-fashioned, so we want to give them a modern look to blend in with the rest of the house.
In the kitchen, we'll take out these two big units and I will build some lower cabinets and upper cabinets along with the new countertop and some open shelves and just make it more of a permanent fixture in the kitchen.
We want to use up every available inch in this kitchen to make useful prep space and storage space. We're not doing any real major jobs because you've done most of the work. It's just making it look cosmetically more in keeping with the neighbourhood, which I think will appeal to potential buyers. Let's not stand around then, we've got a lot of work to do.
Okay. I don't feel bad about the decor being removed, only because we know that this is not the house that we're going to be staying in, and it's to appeal to a wider, range of people. So we're just excited to move on to the next chapter of our life into a new home.
Pillars can come in all different shapes and sizes. This one is round. I'm gonna make it a simple square pillar. What I've done is taken pieces of MDF and just ripped them to the sizes that I need. I've also mitered the corners so that each piece will fit nice and snug together. I will glue and nail the corners so that they don't open up over time. Prime it and paint it. It'll be beautiful. For $40, you can't go wrong.
Things are looking really good. Huge improvement on the house.
Things are looking a little bit more suburban, for sure. Just the colors, and it's just a little bit more neutral, and it kind of blends in more with the neighborhood. It makes me feel confident that we're going to sell.
Wow! Look at this, you have doubled the size of the kitchen.
Pretty much, yes.
I love all the countertop space.
Nice. I found these lower cabinets in the basement. We're saving $400.
Wow.
Yeah. This countertop I just got as well. And then I'm gonna use these shelves and make up open shelving. So there's gonna be one here, and then there's gonna be a longer one at the top. When it's finished, I'll add the kick plate. It's just a finished piece of wood that will close off the bottom. And then I will put some nice decorative handles.
How much did this all cost you?
Altogether, I would say $250.
So for $250, you've doubled the size of the kitchen, created a breakfast bar and storage.
Yes.
It's amazing. You obviously have your hands full, so I'm going to leave you to it.
Thanks.
The kitchen is one of the most important rooms in the house, and buyers will be looking for space to prep and cook. So whatever small projects you can do to enhance it will pay off in the end. This comparable house nearby has been enhanced to match the neighbourhood. It's an older house that's been given a fresh paint job, but the beautiful landscaping still makes it stand out. Inside, the living room has that suburban feel that buyers in this area are looking for. The layout showcases its functionality as a family living space, with the decor blending the most neutral palettes of beiges and creams. The dining room has that same traditional feel that's common in this neighbourhood, but with a modern touch that will appeal to a wide range of potential buyers. Its uncluttered and simple look makes it easy for anyone to feel comfortable in this space. The kitchen's fresh colour tones and lack of clutter presents it as a bright, clean and spacious room. Updated appliances, plenty of counter space and ample storage are all important features that will catch the eye of potential buyers. A modern kitchen will increase your home's selling potential and can put your house miles ahead of the pack in terms of market appeal. The master bedroom has fresh but muted colours that show off the amount of space instead of shocking the eye with harsh tones. And angling the chair and lamp creates a nook. Buyers love to see a bedroom with extra potential. This house has all the elements a suburban family needs and more, giving it a competitive edge in a market where properties need to stand out in the crowd. Because, as I've said before, the first impression is all you get when you're trying to sell. Christina and Adam aren't your typical suburban couple, and their house reflected their style. We've upgraded the curb appeal and the kitchen and toned down the decor. And I think the house will now appeal to urbanites and suburbanites alike. The exterior of this house was a throwback to the 70s and seriously lacked the curb appeal needed to draw buyers in. A little paint quickly brought it decades forward, and coupled with inviting furniture to define the front patio, this house is now ready to receive buyers. Inside, the rock and roll living room was too bold as a first impression, but without even changing the furniture, it looks inviting now. Simply painting the walls a calmer shade and adding accessories, like throw pillows, a muted rug, and new drapes, we've reached our goal and made this room suburban family friendly. The homemade pillars had a dated feel that didn't quite match with the rest of the house. So we gave them a sleeker look that reflects the modern trends buyers will see when they're checking out the competition, and we want this house to be able to compete. The kitchen's makeshift cabinet storage was simply all wrong and left no room for counter space, let alone a good impression. But Anthony's simple breakfast bar has transformed the room, turning it into a family kitchen that has loads of space for prep, storage, and catching a quick meal. If you don't have an eating kitchen, a breakfast bar is the next best thing. With just this small addition, we've improved the use of the space considerably. You don't need to do a major renovation to infuse your kitchen with elements that will help sell it. And by simply using some clever tricks and a bit of imagination, we've turned this kitchen into a selling feature of the house. The dining room was quite stark and needed more wow to appeal to a wider range of buyers, but we gave it a romantic feel so people can picture themselves entertaining. The bright red drapes were replaced with panels that have that traditional look we know is appealing in this neighborhood, and the new light fixture adds elegance. Leading upstairs, the black railing was a bit of a fright, so we painted it a friendly white to ensure the neutral decor flows right through to each level of the house. The master bedroom was overrun with black furniture and accent pieces that buyers just couldn't see past. So we gave it an adult facelift, adding pops of colour that make it look grown up and warm. We switched up the black and white drapes for more sophisticated looking ones, and added new bedding and accessories that will entice suburban buyers into imagining this bedroom as their own. The decor of your house needs to match the neighbourhood when you're trying to sell. And at a total cost of $3,900, taking this house from uber urban to neutrally suburban will pay off. Buyers looking in this neighbourhood will now feel right at home. Going over and above to target the right market just makes sense. Newer suburbs often don't have mature trees, so by buying larger trees and shrubs instead of saplings, you get a real leg up in the curb appeal department. Everyone likes a deal, home buyers included, so if you can leave window coverings and light fixtures, do, because a lot of exclusions just put potential buyers off. In suburbs, using your car is a necessity, so when you're selling, don't overlook the garage because it's effectively another room in the house. Make sure it's clutter-free so you highlight the space and storage potential. This house now fits into the neighbourhood. It's modern, but it's not too edgy. It's got great curb appeal and a kitchen with lots of prep space and plenty of style. Now we just have to see if buyers agree. I think we've got one of the best houses on the block, and it shows. So let's get the open house started and see what the potential buyers think. So we've got the sitting room here.
Yeah, it's a nice size.
Nice bright colors.
I think that it's a major improvement from the last time we saw it. It was very gray before, and I noticed that you've changed the color. Makes it feel a bit more spacious.
So you have seen it before?
Yes.
And do you like the open plan look?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
the floors are nice too. I've never seen floors actually this color.
I like the big windows. Really open it up.
We'll come on through to the kitchen.
It's nice, very bright.
Do you think there's enough prep space for you?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, not lots of counter space, and I like that it actually has a breakfast bar there too.
You got the shelves up there. You can put, dishes or china, whatever you want. But, it just gives us more space.
I think with all the bright colors, you make it look larger than it really is.
Come on through to the dining room.
This is nice and modern.
Large enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do some entertaining in here.
I like the floating shelf, yeah.
I like it. I really like the window coverings. They're quite nice.
For the size of the room, you put the right furniture in. And for a young couple, it's adequate.
Well, should we go upstairs to the master bedroom?
Sure.
Brilliant. So here is the master bedroom.
Oh, very nice.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, I do. I like the big window too, and I like that it's low.
It's your color, honey, green.
Yeah.
Original parquet floor,
Yeah.
which is very nice.
Good condition. I like the style.
This is the stuff I like, but can't dream up.
Now, should we go downstairs? There's a few questions I want to ask you.
Okay.
What do you like about the house?
Definitely like the living room. Dining room's a nice size.
And the curb appeal?
Definitely has it. It's a very nice lot.
Now, what about the style of the house?
It's styled for people our age.
Yeah.
It is probably one of the most drawing things to us. You know, we don't have to do anything.
Now, it's on the market for $269,000. Do you think that's competitive with what you've seen?
Seems to be better than what we've seen.
Okay.
I think it's very competitive just because it shows really good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of beat-up houses in this price range.
So would you consider maybe coming back for a second viewing?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I think we will.
Yeah, no, I could potentially see us here for sure.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
The biggest changes would have to be the colors.
It's a lot brighter now. I can see how it's more inviting to an outsider looking in for the first time. We should have done all this at the beginning.
Yeah, it looks a lot better.
The kitchen looks like it is supposed to be a kitchen now instead of, CD cabinets.
Mismatch.
I really feel the house is going to sell this time.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to have any problems at all.
No, not at all.
Taking Christina and Adam's house from urban to suburban not only makes it fit in with the neighborhood, but has boosted interest levels in this charming family property, bringing this couple one step closer to their friends and family and the excitement of a new life. I'd like you to meet Ken.